rise and fall of the Bully franchise. Hello all marvelous gamers, this is DeV, and welcome to another exciting video. Several interesting games were available for the PS2, GameCube, and Xboxes around 2006. They were mostly linear action games with few options. However, most of these games, which mainly included murdering people and stealing automobiles, took themselves rather seriously. Although there was nothing inherently wrong with that, it left a void that allowed for another game to enter and briefly capture everyone's interest by perhaps not taking itself quite so seriously and not dealing with such essentially adult subjects. It was Bully by Rockstar. Bully took off quickly and did well in terms of reviews and sales due to its ability to satisfy its niche thoroughly and comprehensively, along with a variety of other factors. But a game like Bully hardly had a chance to hold on to that kind of focus for very long. Naturally, it didn't hang on to that limelight for long, as the following generation of consoles started to gather traction. So in this video, we will look at the rise of the Bully franchise and what led to its downfall. Before we go into our explanation, we have a very small request. If you like our content, please support us by subscribing to our channel. This is a small click for you, but for us, it means a lot. Thank you, and let's begin.
Your attention, please! Jimmy is complete human trash!
Gary, you little bitch! Come out!
The Rise of Bully. The third-person action-adventure video game was launched on October 17, 2006 in the United States and on October 25, 2006 in the United Kingdom for PlayStation 2. Initially planned for the Xbox, it was abandoned for unknown reasons. The game was re-released as Bully Scholarship Edition with improved visuals, additional features, and characters on March 4, 2008 for the Wii and Xbox 360, and on October 24, 2008 for the PC. The game's PlayStation 2 version is offered as a special edition that comes with a limited edition comic book and a dodgeball with the word Bully stamped on it. Bully is a T-rated video game, despite being created by Rockstar, the studio behind the Grand Theft Auto series. Bully is not a GTA clone, but that doesn't mean it lacks in mayhem and brutality, though there is no blood, no firearms, and no automobile acceleration. The game. Jimmy Hopkins, a 15-year-old troublemaker expelled from 7 different schools, is the character you play. Jimmy's first year at Bulworth Academy is narrated in Bully. Jimmy must find a way to go from a social outcast to a schoolyard hero after his mother and most recent stepfather abandoned him in a shady boarding school just outside the town of Bulworth. The social web of myriad groups both in school and outside, like bullies, geeks, jocks, preppies, and greasers, is complex for Jimmy to navigate this year. Classes must be skipped, prefects and police must be avoided, and the entire town must be explored. Bulworth Academy is an imaginary private boarding school in the New England region of the United States and serves as the setting for the game. The school is situated in the fictitious town of Bulworth, which is modeled after Connecticut. The institution is built in a traditional neo-Gothic style, much like many other public universities and colleges in the UK and New England, especially Feats College in Edinburgh. When Jimmy's newlywed mother and 5th stepfather embarked on a year-long honeymoon vacation, Jimmy ends up enrolling at the school. Bully's first chapter is also its worst. Don't rush to return Scholarship Edition after the first hour if you purchase it, that is. Your entrance into Bulworth Academy is symbolized in the first chapter. Therefore, the school's gates are closed. You're only allowed to fight on school property, and you only have a few weapons and practically no fighting moves because you're the new kid. Numerous cliques, including the geeks, would rather beat you unconscious than give you the time of day, even though the psychotic Gary becomes friends with you upon your arrival. In fact, whenever the bullies spot you walking down the corridors towards class, they will frequently attack you. This might frustrate players who are just beginning the game, since it can disrupt and even spoil several tasks. But don't worry, patience does it ultimately. Working through the first few hours will eventually lead to the Academy's gates opening, more satisfying fighting, and the bullies siding with you. Bullies' major tasks determine whether a clique gains or loses respect. They now regard you differently both inside and outside of the school. Beyond this, each character also responds to Jimmy personally. Geeks in general may love Jimmy, but some will adore him more than others. In fact, there is a mouthful of braces ready to kiss you if you play your cards correctly. Simply selecting a good or negative response allows you to communicate with other characters. You may make fun of someone, even provoke them into a fight, or you can be kind to them to gain their goodwill. You may even succeed in winning a girl's heart if you play your cards well, or a boy. They might even kiss you if you give them some flowers. The overweight girl prefers sweets, that is. This is not just for show. A kiss improves one's health. Kiss early and frequently then. Just watch out that your kissing partner doesn't see you kissing someone else, or you could create a catfight. You must show up for both the morning and afternoon classes every day. You can always choose to ditch, just be aware that the prefects monitor the school grounds and will pursue you if you violate any school rules. A recurring motive in Bully is being chased, and you will frequently flee. Fortunately, every adult in the Bullworth chain smokes and regularly consumes red meat, which makes them quickly exhausted. Additionally, you always have the choice of hiding in a garbage can or locker until the authorities stop looking for you. Each of the 10 class-related minigames has a special prize that may be completed 5 times. A straightforward puzzle game called Art Class, you must direct a pencil on a board to form boxes that will unveil paintings while dodging patrolling erasers and scissors. When you finish a session, each kiss gives you more health. Higher bikes are unlocked in the shop class, your ability to alleviate or tease people is improved in your English class, and better slingshot accuracy is unlocked at the gym owing to dodgeball techniques that you master, and on it goes. In order to create a more comprehensive curriculum, 4 additional lessons were added to the original Bully 6 classes in the Scholarship Edition. Bully has a fantastic narrative, hands down. You'll probably be working on a task for an instructor or a fellow student when you aren't in class. The scenarios are frequently humorous and the writing is clever. This is made possible by the fact that Rockstar found a way to make dozens of people believable and memorable on screen. The actual objectives are frequently fetching quests or slugathons. Most are simple to understand and finish, but they're also enjoyable. Frequent elements of Bully are brief amusement bursts that last roughly the same amount of time as a Mars bar. But it works because many of these minor instances add up to a wonderful gaming experience. Bully simplicity can get a bit old at times, but it's likely that the game wouldn't have functioned as effectively if the objectives had been designed with more intricacy. For many of these missions, combat is the focal point. Even though there are some excellent ranged weapons, most battles are hand-to-hand. As you advance, additional combinations for more lethal attacks become available, yet the system is still user-friendly. It never makes itself too complicated. Several entertaining weapons are used to support melee combat. An adversary is distracted by itching powder, pride is damaged by stink bombs, and pursues are knocked to the ground by marbles. However, combat is most enjoyable when you can humiliate an adversary after reducing their health to a sliver. There are several methods to degrade an adversary. Others are more complex, like "why are you beating yourself" joke, while some are as simple as shoving them to the ground and taunting them demonstratively. Have fun, the game is named Bully for a reason. Bully can be finished in 12 to 14 hours, including completing the major missions, the plot, and any side tasks. But if you want to appreciate Bully, you'll need to enroll in school, assemble a harem of teenage girls, accept the countless errands that will be presented to you as you travel Bullworth, and explore every inch of the environment that Rockstar has painstakingly created. By doing this, the game will probably take 17 to 20 hours to complete. However, there is much more to accomplish than just getting through the school year. There is a lot to do in this game. Like, you can play the Xbox Live Arcade-worthy arcade game Consumo, in which a sumo consumes food and gains weight. Or check out the carnival rides, participate in a variety of BMX and go-kart races, or look for grottos and gremlin cards and collect rubber bands that have been concealed across the map. Bully was rated and praised very highly by all the top gaming magazines and reviewers because of its iconic and revolutionizing concept. Bully went on to sell 1.5 million copies and was quickly followed by a remaster for the late 2000s next-gen platforms. And so, despite all these wonderful things about the game, what went wrong?
Loser! Well, at least my mom doesn't make her living on her back! You're dead!
Fall of Bully. Those familiar with the series may recall that soon after Bully's first release, whispers of a sequel started to circulate. Many people were thrilled at the prospect of playing once more as James "Jimmy" Hopkins, the young offender. Rockstar's intentions, however, were unsuccessful, leaving fans to speculate about what may have happened. Apart from some leaked concept art and in-game pictures and fresh speculations, not much had changed in the decade that followed. Some of them had merit, while others lacked it. Rockstar New England started developing a Bully sequel after the Scholarship Edition was released. The sequel to the game was created by this new team, despite Rockstar Vancouver being in charge of the original. In order to work on the remastered Scholarship Edition, Rockstar approached a business called Mad Dog Software. Following a fruitful cooperation, Rockstar bought the studio and renamed it Rockstar New England. Rockstar New England created a vertical slice of Bully 2 because the game had been in production for about 2 years at that time. This resulted in a demo that could be played for around 6 to 8 hours and showed off many of the advances that Rockstar would have included in the eagerly awaited sequel. Not long after Rockstar bought Mad Dog Software, issues started to emerge. Former workers claimed that the studio's work ethics quickly altered, and the effects could have been seen in several internal Rockstar matters. The new division was occupied with 2 narrative extensions for Grand Theft Auto 4 and Red Dead Redemption, in addition to working on a Windows port of the Scholarship Edition. Sadly, this would quickly alter as more and more workers were called into service to help create projects with a greater priority. Even yet, Rockstar New England had between 50 and 70 employees working on the Bully sequel at its peak, since the company was ready to put its all into it. Despite Rockstar's new division's best efforts, the project was covertly abandoned in 2010.
Hey, baby, how you doing? What you doing later?
Just remember, Jimmy, not everybody likes you.
Correct. They love me.
Will we see Bully 2 in the future? Bully 2 has been in production at various points throughout the 16 years since the first Bully game, but reports and leaks still continue to circulate. There have been persistent rumors that Bully 2 is being made. Sadly, Rockstar has been occupied with the creation of GTA 6, GTA Online, Red Dead Redemption 2, etc. Bully 2 was initially mentioned in an interview Sean Lee gave to the Gaming Liberty in 2009, when he stated that he would be starting development on it. The flames were then fanned by interviews with Rockstar co-founder Dan Houser, who declared to Gamasutra that the franchise is one that Rockstar cherishes and could come back to in the future after working on Max Payne 3, which was released in 2012. Bully 2 was initially cancelled, according to former Rockstar developers who also exposed some of the game's aspects earlier this year. Bully 2 was planned to be more expansive and detailed than the first game. Rockstar was said to have thought about scrapping the game in the past, but it doesn't seem to be the case anymore. Bully 2 was rumored to be the project that Take-Two cancelled when they announced the closure of a project earlier in the year. However, this was never confirmed and remained a rumor.
I'm gonna destroy you!
All right, calm down, man. It's cool. You lost. No big deal. We can all be friends.
You're done, kid. Finished!
Marvelous verdict. Bully is fortunate to have a witty screenplay, a few original missions, and well-developed characters, although the game might seem outdated considering its age. Nonetheless, this game changed how players experience a video game, and it even led developers to take notice and bring the necessary change to their future projects. Bully is a fantastic game. If you haven't already guessed that, you won't regret the $50 price tag, so go out and buy it. If you liked our content, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to us if you haven't already. Have a good one and be safe. Thanks, everyone.
Was it?
Yep.
What a hero! A lone wolf!
Well, no. To be honest, sir,